Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be giving you Kindle Unlimited recommendations in thriller, fantasy, and romance. So without further ado, let's just get into this video. I would like to start this off by saying that I'm actually really shocked at my list, because I thought in my mind that I have read some phenomenal books on Kindle Unlimited, and don't get me wrong, I have, and there are some amazing recommendations coming up. When I went back and looked at my Kindle Unlimited reads, I actually noticed that 90% of them got picked up by bigger publishing houses and they're no longer on Kindle Unlimited, which is really sad. Like, extremely sad. So my really long list that I thought was gonna take ages to film is actually a little bit shorter, but I still have some amazing recommendations. Let's get into it. I think it's really sad that publishing houses don't utilize Kindle Unlimited, but anyways, I actually don't have a Kindle. I have an iPad and I have decorated her. She is so freaking pretty. Fun fact, these are not stickers. I printed them out, cut them, and then I used double-sided sticky tape to keep them from falling. They're just pieces of paper. It actually saves a lot of money, but still support small businesses and stickers, because we gotta support small businesses. But yeah, I don't have a Kindle. I just have an iPad. I just use the app. I almost caved and got a Kindle, but let me tell you a reason why. This isn't my iPad. I actually stole it from my sister. It's her old iPad that she doesn't use anymore. Sometimes she asks for it and I just lie. Shh, no one tell her. So I don't use the iPad for anything else but Kindle, so it does really feel like a Kindle for me. I almost caved and bought a Kindle, but I didn't know that Kindle doesn't have color, and that actually really bugs me, because look at this. Like, I want to see what the cover looks like. I want to see the colors. I want to see everything. And do I sit on this and read for hours and look at the cover? No. So it's not really a valid point, but let me tell you, I just really like looking at all the covers. So I've broken today's video down into 3 sections. We have thriller, romance, and fantasy. And the first one I'm going to be talking about is thriller. Thriller, I actually have a lot of recommendations for you, but I have a small list of authors. I'm going to just put it out here. Most of my thriller recommendations are all from one author, and that is Frida McFadden. Every single book of hers is on Kindle Unlimited. So you want a good thriller book, there's about 20 Frida McFadden books waiting for you on your Kindle. I'm going to put all the icons here because truly she has a huge collection of books. I'm slowly getting through them. I have yet to be disappointed by a book of hers. I don't think I've rated any Frida McFadden book lower than 4 stars. And that is saying something. Personally, I just really like collecting books. Is it a waste of money? No, because when it comes to books, nothing truly is. But all of these are on Kindle Unlimited. I have read 2 out of these 5. I bought these for my birthday. I have read Never Lie and The Locked Door. I have also read The Housemaid and The Housemaid's Secret. I truly have yet to be disappointed by any Frida McFadden book. Her twists, her turns is extraordinary. I love thriller, and they are such quick, easy reads. They truly are. I can get through her book in a day if I just sit down and read. I can read it in one sitting, but generally it takes me 1 to 2 days. I kind of just flip between Kindle Unlimited and reading her physical books. But trust me, they are worth it. Go download them. Now, the next one I read on my Kindle Unlimited, Behind Closed Doors. This book, there is only 2 words that can describe this book accurately. Fucked up. I think about this book a lot. It is one of my favorite thriller reads, psychological thriller reads, purely because it is just so mind-boggling, twisted. You spend the entire time reading with your jaw on the floor gaping, because you're like, I cannot believe that I'm reading this right now. The only thing that I will say, the only criticism that I have about this book, only one criticism, is the ending. I'm happy with the way that it ended, but I do wish that there was a little bit more, because by the time the ending came, it was kind of like, okay, I'm reading 20 pages of something that I already kind of know. So that's my only criticism, but it is a 5-star read. Top thriller reads, 100%. I can't even tell you what this is about, because I think you need to go into this blind, and I think that you just need to discover it, because I went into this blind. I saw a recommendation for this book, and the person said that it is the most twisted, most mind-boggling book ever, and that sold me. So I picked it up and read it, and it truly is. I will say though, trigger warnings, domestic violence and abuse. I will leave it at that. I truly don't know what more I can say about this book, because I don't want to give it away. It is 100% a thriller book that you need to go into completely blind. I will say that it is about newlywed. That is the only thing that you should know about going into this book. Everything else you need to experience for yourself, because as you're reading, especially at the beginning, you go, okay, I know what this is gonna be about. I know where this is going. No, you don't. You don't, and you never will, because when it actually happens, oh my God. And for those of you that have read Behind Closed Doors, I hate George Clooney too. And you will get that once you read it. So you should read it so that you can join in on the inside joke. Next up we have The Good Light. Now I actually listened to this on audiobooks, but it is on Kindle Unlimited. I use the Kindle Unlimited feature to listen to it through audiobooks, because did you guys know that if it's on Kindle Unlimited and it has a little headphone sign there, you can listen for free through your Kindle Unlimited subscription? No, neither did I. Now you know. It is amazing. This is what led me to getting Audible. But 6 teens murdered, a suspect behind bars, a desperate father. In a case this shadowy, the truth is easy to hide. So this follows a psychiatrist who is treating the criminally insane. I know, I hooked you. Now I'm going to reel you in. There is a serial killer on the loose. They target young athletes in high school, and there has been 5 murders so far. I do believe they call it's like the heart killer or something. Let me see. Let me read this, and this will hook you very quickly, and it will have you downloading it. It will have you running, jumping on the bed, picking up your Kindle and reading it. Psychiatrist Dr. Gwen Moore is an expert on killers. She's spent a decade treating California's most depraved predators and unlocking their motives. Predators much like the notorious Bloody Heart serial killer, whose latest teenage victim escaped and then identified local high school teacher Randall Thompson as his captor. This book was so captivating. I was so intrigued. I kept having theories and I kept trying to figure out what was going to happen. I couldn't figure out what was going to happen. I remember when I finished this, because I was at the gym. I was on the treadmill when the twist at the end, when it was revealed. Shocked. Does not begin to describe how I feel. Now all these books I'm going to say, I was so shocked I didn't get it. That is what makes a good thriller, so this is why they are on the list. But this one truly was phenomenal, and I love psychology, so reading about a psychiatrist who treats the criminally insane and serial killers and people have that deranged urges was absolutely fascinating. I feel like all women have this weird obsession with true crime, and if you do, this book is 100% for you, because it was so fascinating. And it's really interesting because she does start a romantic relationship with the detective, or is it a lawyer? I should probably know. I listened to it a really long time ago. I still remember the plot in the end. I just can't remember if he was a lawyer or a cop. I actually do believe he was a lawyer now thinking about it. But it was a very quick and easy read. That being said, I did listen to it on Audible, but it was very quick. There was not one point where I was bored. I was so captivated. I wanted to keep working out in the gym, and you know it's a good book when that happens. Now those are my thriller recommendations that I have read. But like I said before, a lot of my favorite books have been picked up by publishers, bigger publishers, traditionally published. They're not on Kindle Unlimited anymore, which I'm very sad about. But these 3 books are on my list to read on my Kindle, so here is my thriller TBR Kindle edition. First we have Butcher and Blackbird. This, someone compared it to the Mindfuck series, which I have yet to read. That is also on Kindle Unlimited, by the way. Check that out. I actually have the physical copy of that. I've yet to read it. That is a dark romance that is about a detective that is trying to catch a serial killer. Little does he know that he's actually dating her. But Butcher and Blackbird is actually about 2 serial killers dating each other. I did start to read it. I downloaded it for spooky season time. It is very gruesome. That is the one warning I will give you this book. Beyond that, I don't know, because I did start it and then stop it because I was actually in the nail salon when I started reading it, and it was a little bit gruesome at the time. I just ate lunch. I could not get through it. I'm still gonna read it though. And one of them is a serial killer that kills serial killers. That's it. That's all I know. Now the next that I have downloaded is The Perfect Child. I'm actually going to read you the synopsis, because the reason why I downloaded this book is because of the synopsis. Christopher and Hannah are a happily married surgeon and nurse with picture perfect lives. All that's missing is a child. When Janie, an abandoned 6-year-old, turns up at their hospital, Christopher forms an instant connection with her, and he convinces Hannah they should take her home as their own. If you've seen Orphan, I think you know where this is going. But Janie is no ordinary child, and her damaged psyche proves to be more than her new parents were expecting. Janie is fiercely devoted to Christopher, but she acts out in increasingly disturbing ways, directing all her rage at Hannah. Unable to bond with Janie, Hannah is drowning under the pressure, and Christopher refuses to see Janie's true nature. It is always the men that ignore the women in these books. It is so frustrating. Hannah knows that Janie is manipulating Christopher and isolating him from her, despite Hannah's attempts to bring them all together. But as Janie's behavior threatens to tear Christopher and Hannah apart, the truth behind Janie's past may be enough to push them all over the edge. I've actually heard amazing reviews about this book, and it's on my TBR list to actually listen to on Audible, and you can listen to it for free on the Kindle Unlimited app if you also like that. The only reason that I haven't listened to it yet at the gym or working out is because I'm currently doing a reread and listening to Throne of Glass. Now, another book that is a very similar situation, I downloaded it so I could listen to it at the gym. This one is called A Welcome Reunion by Lucinda Berry. This is a short story. Again, I downloaded it because of the synopsis that I read, so I'm just going to read you the synopsis and hope that it convinces you. Jenny is the last person. What the fuck? Wait, I can't keep reading this. I don't know why I downloaded this. What? Wait, I haven't read the synopsis. This is actually a short story after the book that I just read about. What? I'm sorry, that was really shocking. This is a short story after The Perfect Child, and it's about the child that's now grown up. I'm so shocked right now. Okay, well, there you go. Read The Perfect Child, and then you've got A Welcome Reunion after that with the child grown up. Wow. Next up, we have fantasy. Now, this one I'm actually very, 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 very disappointed in, because on this list I have 2 books that I have read on Kindle Unlimited. I didn't realize so many fantasies aren't on Kindle Unlimited. None of the traditionally published books are on Kindle Unlimited in fantasy, and if I'm wrong, please correct me. The books that I personally have read that are traditionally published are not on Kindle Unlimited. Only the indie authors are on Kindle Unlimited. But with that being said, I actually have 4 on my TBR that are on Kindle Unlimited, so in total we have 6 book recommendations for you in the category of romantasy. First up, we have Heir of Broken Fate, which I do have the physical copy of but is on Kindle Unlimited. This has mermaids, dragons, griffins, elemental magic, enemies to lovers, who did this to you, found family, one bed trope. It has everything you want and need in a romantasy. It is about Delilah, who runs away from her kingdom because her father, the king, is a very cruel, sadistic bastard. She runs to the Fae to ask for help, only to find out that they need her help more, and she has to save not only the entire Fae race but magic itself. If that didn't sell you, hello, my name is madsraff. I actually wrote this book. My entire heart and soul is in this book. I'm currently editing book 2. It is coming out early 2024. So if that little splurge didn't interest you enough, this is on Kindle Unlimited. Please go check her out. I promise you she's worth a read, and I will love you for eternity. Next up, we have Broken Bonds, which I also have the physical copy over. This is by J. Bree, who is also an indie author like myself. The entire Broken Bonds series is on Kindle Unlimited. I have yet to read it though, so I really can't touch much on where the series goes, if it falls off, if it gets better. I've only read the first book. I have yet to continue it. I'm in so many fantasy series at the moment that I need to finish. It is really overwhelming, but I really liked Broken Bonds. It was a very interesting concept and I loved it. I picked this up when I was in my Sarah J Maas reading sub, and I did get through it, which is a great sign, and I absolutely loved it. So please go check out J. Bree's books on Kindle Unlimited. Now, my TBR, we have Zodiac Academy, which I actually have the first physical book, but they are all on Kindle Unlimited. The Twisted Sisters, the authors. I have yet to read this because I know that they are the Twisted Sisters. The books are very, very big. They are very, very long, so I am quite scared to go into it, but it is on my TBR. People rave about the Zodiac Academy series. They say that it's toxic. They say that it absolutely grips you. It says that it is annoying, but you cannot put them down, and that is one of the reasons why I've been putting it off. But it did make this list. Next up, we have Carissa Broadbent's books. Now, The Serpent and the Wings of Night have gone everywhere. They have also been picked up traditionally. I was about to start reading it on my Kindle. I stopped myself because the week that I was about to pick this book up, that's when the publishing news came out, and she said that there is going to be tweaks and editing. So, whether you would like to read the indie version quickly before the traditionally published version comes out next year, quickly go snatch up your Kindle and go and read that series. Carissa Broadbent also has another series, Daughter of No Worlds, which I also have the physical copies over but are on Kindle Unlimited. So there is 2 series that you can read of Carissa Broadbent's, and everybody raves about them. I feel like it really won't let you down. Next up, we have Blood and Steel. Honestly, I have not heard a lot about this. I'm going into it completely blind. I have just seen it everywhere. I have seen people raving about it. I've seen people rating this book very, very high. I don't know how the plot hasn't been spoiled for me yet. I'm going into this completely blind, and Helen is also another indie publisher, which we gotta support the indie publishers. Then we have Fear the Flames, which is a very similar situation to Carissa Broadbent. I only just found out about this book. I have it on my Kindle. I was about to start reading it, and then publishing news came out. She got picked up by a traditional publisher. Congratulations to all of the authors that got picked up traditionally. But I will say with Fear the Flames, she is on this list because she's on my list. She did mention with the traditional publishing that there is apparently going to be big edits made to the book. So whether you would like to read the indie version and then read it traditionally published to see what changed, that is up to you. I have yet to decide whether I'm going to read it on Kindle Unlimited or wait until it's traditionally published. I wouldn't mind reading both because it is a trilogy, no, a 4-book series, sorry. But just keep that in mind with these recommendations. And that is it for fantasy, and that is why I'm so salty, because there really should be a lot more. Now moving on to romance. Now romance, I have a few dark romances in here too. The first one that I will say is Corrupt series by Penelope Douglas. I also have these in physical copies, but I read them all on Kindle Unlimited. I devoured that entire series. If you want a smutty dark romance, the Corrupt series is for you. Wowzers, the entire series is hot. That is the one word that I can use to describe it, is hot. That series is amazing, and I don't know if this speaks about me. I actually didn't know that they were a dark romance series until I filmed a book haul where I ordered the entire series, and someone said that it was a dark romance. I had absolutely no clue, so I don't know if that talks about the level of dark romance that is these books or my mental health, because God knows that both need help. But I love the entire series. I rave about it a lot. It truly is such a great series. If you just want a great filthy smut series or even a book, pick up Corrupt. Trust me, you will read Corrupt and you will be flying through the entire series. And I'm shocked by the size of the book, because once I saw the physical I went, holy crap, I read that on my Kindle in days. She's amazing. Next up, another dark romance, we have Does It Hurt by H.D. Carlton. I read this on my Kindle just because to get the physical copy is actually very expensive to ship to Australia. I was not disappointed by reading it on my Kindle. She is a dark romance, but she's amazing. Great smut. The plot, the romance, great. The plot is kind of weird at the end. It definitely kept me engaged to keep reading, but it is very much 15% plot, 85% smut and romance, which is great, because if you love that, definitely pick it up. It was still a great read. Next up, we have Pucking Around. I'm currently reading this with my boyfriend. We are really liking it. I've also bought the physical copy. Highly recommend. It is a great hockey romance. She is thick though, but we are flying through it on the Kindle, and it is so much fun to read. It has been full of fluff, giggles, steamy scenes, and tension, which is exactly what you want in a hockey romance. Now next up, we have my tibia for my Kindle. We have another hockey romance book, which is called Collide. This is an indie author. This has been popping off on Instagram a lot recently. A lot of people are saying that it is like Icebreaker 2.0, so do know that going into it, but I'm very excited to read it and see where the story goes. And then another one that has also been going everywhere on Book Talk and Instagram is Out on a Limb. Now this is actually the pregnancy trope, I do believe. I usually hate that. A lot of the people that recommended it also said that they hate the pregnancy trope, but they keep raving that this book is different and to give it a shot and that it is absolutely amazing. I have yet to see a bad review. I have not seen one single bad thing said about this book, and it was just picked up traditionally, so quickly scramble to your Kindle and go and read it. Now another one that I was actually shocked that was on there, I bought Praise for my birthday by Sarah Kay. I bought the physical book, and then I went somewhere, didn't have the physical book, and I saw that it's actually on Kindle Unlimited. So if you want a smutty book, Praise, it is a Salacious Player Club, and it I must say it is pretty good. The smut is good. It's great. There is an age gap, just know that going into it, but it is a great read. And that is it for the Kindle recommendations. I hope that you guys like this video. If you have any Kindle recommendations for me, please let me know, because I am all ears and I love recommendations. And thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you soon.